We find ourselves in the 9 days leading up to Tisha B'Av. And the question is, how are we supposed to lead up to Tisha B'Av? What are we supposed to be thinking about? What are we supposed to be doing? Moshe Rabbeinu gives tochacha at the beginning of this week's parsha in Sefer Devarim. He gives tochacha to Am Yisrael of all of the various sins that occurred throughout the Midbar. And tochacha is always supposed to give us direction. He was giving us direction in terms of going into the land in Eretz Yisrael. And so now we're also supposed to be receiving, in a certain sense, tochacha, leading us to Tisha B'Av, to try and understand what it is that we're supposed to be leading to and understand and davening for. And so when we think about Tisha B'Av, the obvious thing is we're thinking about the Beis HaMikdash, how we don't have the Beis HaMikdash, and all of the korbanos that we could be bringing, and the tefillas that we could have towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But in truth, that's not really the main idea in terms of the Beis HaMikdash. The Nevi'im don't always focus on the fact that if we don't have the Beis HaMikdash, we don't have the korban. Where are we supposed to bring the korbanos? What are they focused on? That the Shekhinah is not here. But what does that mean the Shekhinah is not here? Throughout modern day, we keep developing further technological developments. We keep furthering ourselves in our intellect. And in a certain sense, society is doing so well in terms of understanding the world, in terms of building and building and building and building. But does it come to a shock that the state of the world is so sad? The hate, the tremendous injustice that exists throughout the world. See, we forget that without the Beis HaMikdash, we don't have a HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our midst. We don't have a HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our midst. When that happens, we don't have the love. We don't have the justice. We don't have the support. We don't have the appropriate interactions between one and the other. Truth be told, the korbanos is the last thing on our mind. It's that we want the world to be a better place. We want the world to be a place that we appreciate every single individual. Maybe that's one of the reasons that on Tisha B'Av we have this halacha that you're not allowed to say hello to somebody. You're not allowed to say Shalom Aleichem. Why are you not allowed to say Shalom Aleichem? If anything, in Eretz Yisrael, it's a time when on Tisha B'Av it's kind of ironic. But everyone goes to the kotel and you see people that you haven't seen in so long. And of course you want to say Shalom Aleichem, but you're not allowed to. Why aren't you allowed to say Shalom Aleichem on Tisha B'Av? You can't say hello? And the answer is to remind you that in general, we don't know how we don't say hello. What does that mean? How often do we walk by a person and just say hello, and we just continue walking by, without a care or concern for that individual? But if HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Shekhinah was here, namely that we would appreciate every single person around us, Ki b'tzelem Elokim nivra, they were all created in the image of God, and they all have neshamas, then honestly we would look at every single person in that image, and we would say, Shalom Aleichem, how are you? What's been going on? Or even take the extra few seconds to show that concern. That's really what we're missing in this world. We're missing just the sense that we can all come together in happiness, appreciating each other, have true justice, right? Have true tolerance, have a way of working together with everyone. This is the unity that we need, and certainly at this time, in this difficult time within Eretz Yisrael, with what's going on in Medinas Yisrael. I think every single person has the ability, as we lead to Tisha B'Av, start saying Shalom Aleichem to individuals and thinking what they're saying. Start showing appreciation, start saying thank you to people. If we start building that, then hopefully, maybe, you know what? Maybe, okay, the Shekhinah isn't here yet, because the Beis HaMikdash isn't here. But if we want to build the Beis HaMikdash from below, well, maybe first let's start appreciating and trying to show that HaKadosh Baruch Hu exists in this world. I.e., bringing out the neshamas of people, caring for people. And maybe if we show HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we care, we're trying to find you, and we are finding you, then maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Be'ezras Hashem, will show himself and say, you don't have to look too far. I'm here. Shabbos.